Welcome to Like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast. I'm Aaron Mason,
I'm Max Mason.
and today is recap time.
Woo!
And we're going to go back over the last 9 episodes and try and see if we were able to have some impressions or learn something new
Yeah.
in this time. Okay.
Hopefully I've spent some time to consume the art and see how we feel about it, and on the other way around.
Yeah. Trying each other's stuff out.
Yeah. So
Well,
I guess we'll
good.
just get into it.
Yeah, and so I guess you get to start because
Yeah.
episode 11.
Yes. So
Okay.
yes. Episode 11, it was Alexander Calder, the
Cool.
subject. Not really any specific piece of his, just him in general.
Right.
And I don't know what it is about that episode. I think I said it last week, but it was very popular.
I think I mentioned during it that I tried to look up podcasts on Alexander Calder, and there's one that was okay, that was good, and it was on it, and then the other one was like in Spanish or something. It was really interesting because there's not a lot out there.
Yeah.
So,
But besides that, I mean, wanting to go and find Calder anything around me,
yeah.
and as much as I tried, I couldn't find anything in Portland.
Oh,
There might be something maybe in some sort of archive, but there wasn't anything out in the public.
okay.
But I do, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be going up to Seattle, and there's a lot of his stuff there.
Oh, cool. I'm wondering if it's the tech stuff, like because there's industry there that was more like wealthy tech billionaires type of thing that they brought in Calders, or if it was a particular museum.
Yeah.
I wonder.
The big one that we're going to go see is just part of their sculpture, the Olympic Sculpture Garden.
Okay.
And there's a couple of different artists there. That'll be fun to see.
Yeah.
But they also, I learned that there's not a lot of like art museums in Portland. There's like
yeah.
2, really. And the main big one is fine, and it was nice to go to, but it was kind of small.
Yeah.
But up in Seattle, there's like 6, and they're all huge.
Well, very cool. That is interesting. You think there'd be more?
Yeah, I think there would be. Maybe there's more like specialized ones around here, but there's not a lot of just general art places.
We just, and this just happened, I was watching a reel, and there's some guy that goes around New York and asks people how long they've lived in a place and what they paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they bought it new, and asks if they could go see it. And this guy comes out and he's like, oh, he's like, yeah. And he was talking to him. He's like, wait just a second. He had to let the cable guy in.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I'll come back. And so he comes back down and he says, yeah, this neighborhood was just industrial when he moved in like 70. He bought it in 73.
Mm.
And he paid $36,000 for it.
Nice.
And so they take him up there, and his floor is 11,000 square feet. and he's an artist, so he has it looks like a gallery.
Wow.
And so I was thinking, I wonder if there's a lot of hidden galleries in Portland or something, but it's gorgeous, like gorgeous floors, and just it looks like you're in a museum, but it's just this guy's place.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
That's crazy. Like, that's awesome.
I'm like, how much is that worth now? That's got to be 10, 20 million or something, you know? It's like, probably, the place might be worth more than your art, dude. So, but it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
I do think like being exposed to Calder so much, because growing up, there was a lot of, I think you've made a few sculptures that are Calder-esque.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like a big ball of wire around a lot in our garages. And I think it had more impact on me than I really realized at times. Because like at work, I'm always undoing paper clips and trying to fold them into shapes. I have a little wire sculpture of a guy, just like a guy who's sitting next to my like nameplate.
Nice.
It's made out of a bunch of paper clips. But yeah, it's always something I find myself fidgeting with, is pulling apart wire and trying to bend it into interesting shapes. And
that does my heart good. I always was doing like impromptu art stuff, especially when I was working in a call center, and I could I could do the job with one brain tied behind my back.
Yeah.
And so I would just always had something to fidget with, because I'd sit there on a call and I just have my hands free, and like I'd have to type a couple numbers, but then I'd just be sitting there talking to somebody, listening to them scream. And it, not a whole lot of stuff I had to do, and so I had always had something as drawing. Do you remember not drawing, but fiddling with? Do you remember the cardboard cutout things that I used to do?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah. I don't know why I even started, but I started doing, I just draw on a piece of cardboard and then I cut it out and make a little sign kind of.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's weird. But I'd do that at work, and I'd have a big stack of paper that I was cutting into, so I wasn't cutting into the desk. And
yeah.
But
nice.
But I think that speaks to the Calder thing where he's always doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what I like about it, is that it is accessible in that kind of way.
Yeah.
It's something that like is easily inspirable, I think.
Yeah, because bending wire, anybody can bend wire.
Mm-hmm.
And he would do, I mean, he's done a lot of things, but that as a sculpture medium is a pretty good start.
Yeah.
And it makes it so you can do something with something pretty quickly. And then, he'd do paintings, and and of course, bigger sculptures, and some of the monumental sculptures that gets prohibitive, right?
Yeah, right.
It weighs more than your house, and it's probably taller. And so, but the wire stuff is, you can get a good start. You can start, and the mobiles, some are massive, but
yeah. Do you have any idea how long some of those like giant sculptures would take to build?
Oh no, I don't know. That's a good question. It just seems like he could do it really quick, but I'm sure they took a while.
Yeah.
Because I can't even fathom how to form some of those. Like what he had to do to form them.
Maybe he's just that strong.
No. Let's see. Let's try one. The one in Chicago is called Flamingo.
Yeah.
It was commissioned in 1973 and was constructed and installed in 1974. So the unveiling was in April of 1973, and the final sculpture was presented to the public October of 1974. So that's like
a year and a half.
Yeah, it's a year and a half from concept to installation, which means there's probably a year of just making sure everything works, and because it is monumental, it has to be stable.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's a lot of it, is making sure it wouldn't fall on people. And then preparing the spot and all that. So I bet you 6 months of working on it, and then 6 months of making sure it wouldn't kill people, type of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Even then, that seems really fast for how massive they are.
Well, and that speaks also to his. I think he's just like, it's going to be this way.
Yeah.
he had kind of a gruff voice, so he was like, yeah, we're going to do it that way.
Nice. Yeah, I watched a little video about one. I keep wanting to say Maricopa, but that's not its name. It was Mariposa.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of it is abstract, but I think that's one of the easiest ones to get.
Yeah, that one's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's huge too.
Yeah.
But that is one of the more iconic of his because it's got the primary colors, it floats,
Yeah.
it's got the shapes, and so it does. His relationship with Miro is reflected in that one.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what Mariposa means?
No.
It means butterfly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So more think of those as butterfly wings coming at you. Like, because they do turn and they have kind of a wing.
Yeah.
But also, like, the black one at the top looks like the wing of a butterfly because it has little dots out of it.
Oh, right.
And so I do think that it's probably more of an exploded butterfly.
Yeah. The one in Seattle, it's called the Eagle. And maybe you have to see it more from a different angle, but it looks more like a dog.
Oh, yes.
It's cool though.
That's a dog looking eagle.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
a perched eagle.
That reminds me of a story from Pinkwater where he's took his friend out to his friend wanted to see animals.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to go on a safari, and he goes, well, do you know what animals look like? You've grown up in New York City. It's like, no. And so they drove out to the country, which is only like an hour. You're in the woods.
Yeah.
And they walked around forever. And he goes, there was so many squirrels and rabbits and deer, and he saw not one of them. And then finally we got to a fence post that was just sitting there. There was a big fat insolent squirrel sitting there, and he finally saw it. He goes, what's that? Is it a squirrel? Sort of like a cat. Yep. So we're off to Africa. And then he comes out one morning. He goes, what was that? Why is there a dog sniffing around the tent all night? And he goes, that wasn't a dog. That was a lion. He goes, well, why was he sounding like a dog? I couldn't get any sleep.
Yeah.
So that just reminded me, because why is that eagle looking like a dog?
Nice.
Anyway, well, I think that was, I guess we can move on to the next one.
Cool.
And that was that.
Yeah.
So the next episode was Diver Down.
Yes.
By Van Halen. And I'm glad you picked this one because, like you said, it was probably the one that everybody that doesn't really kind of understand says is their worst. But I think it's, which I don't know how they could say that, but it is their most eclectic.
Yeah.
I think it's if Van Halen ever did an experimental album, it was this.
Right.
Right? Because they just got to play around. They were having fun. They did, and they just jumped right out of it into 1984 and just did a rock album. It's still the fun rock and roll that Van Halen does, but
yeah,
Diver Down is definitely the premier experimental phase. And I didn't realize, I liked your story or the history of it, that they just did it because the one song got popular, and it's like, well, we have to put an album around it.
Yeah.
and I think that's funny because they just did put an album around it, and you said it's probably recorded pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it was like maybe 12 days. Maybe even shorter than that.
That's amazing because it's just really fun, and it has so many intricate things on it, vignettes of different music genres and different ways of approaching the guitar solos or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I really liked it. I did go back and listen to it a few times and listen to different sections, and in a little bit of a different way too, especially because I still thought the lyric was Etch-a-Sketch, and it's
Etch-a-Sketch.
Catch as catch can.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you until you told me what it says. I was like, no, it says Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. How you mishear lyrics. So that was good. And it was an enjoyable run down memory lane of because that was one that I liked a lot. I listened to that quite a bit because I think somebody had it, and I borrowed the tape, and I really liked the Big Bad Bill of Sweet William Now. I listened to that.
Oh gosh,
I listened to it a lot. Yeah. and we always we'd walk around doing Happy Trails.
Oh yeah.
There's back when this came out and a few other things, there was a lot of young men I was in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
This came out then. And so we would go on our hikes at scout camp or whatever, and we go, okay, you do the Bumbadee-dum and you do this, and we do that song as we're walking around. And then and then on another hike, it was the older brother, so he was probably 16 or 17 and we were all like 14, 15, and he brought his little boom box that had the one speaker that there was it was like a Radio Shack one that was pretty famous, or General Electric, but it just had one speaker and a tape player, big speaker. And he was carrying it around, and we were doing our hike to Iron Maiden, Shout at the Devil.
Yeah. Nice.
There's a song on that, Slick Black Cadillac, that's and then Shout at the Devil. We're like, and we're walking around going, really he's saying to shout at the devil, not that the devil's good.
Yeah.
So
that's so funny because I did the same thing in scout camp.
Yeah.
Like, especially with it was me and Jeremiah.
Yeah,
would do that a lot.
Yeah,
we'd always sing Happy Trails.
Oh. Oh, that's funny. So we sing that. We'd sing "People Are People" by Depeche Mode.
Yeah, I don't think, but like we didn't know how to harmonize or anything, so
it
would just be like just shouting basically.
Yeah,
that's funny. I wonder if that's like a essential part of being a Boy Scout is somebody who knows Happy Trails.
Might be. Oh, it was good.
Yeah,
I just like the bumbity.
Yeah,
that's the grumbly bumbity. Yeah, it's I like how that starts. It's just fun, and
it's a good one. I'm not as familiar with Van Halen's catalog after David Lee Roth because don't care.
Why?
But it seems like they never even went back to anything like this. Like the most I can think of is they did their like reunion album with David Lee Roth. Yeah, they have the song "Stay Frosty," but that one's because it kind of has like an acoustic, fun kind of thing. But it's basically just like another version of Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, and you can tell the difference in the tone the band took because Sammy Hagar was just kind of a rocker guy, and they did fine. They did fine rocker music.
Yeah,
but it wasn't fun. And David Lee Roth's albums right after when they broke up, his were fun. Like he did, I think he did California Girls.
Yeah,
he did the Beach Boys song, but he also did all these kind of fun partying out there stuff. He was, so you could tell he was the one that was kind of fun, and that I think that the Van Halens just kind of fed off whatever they just wanted to play and do this for a living, and whatever the personality of the lead singer was, they adopted it.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It always seemed to me that, like, I don't know if this is true, but like Sammy Hagar wanted to prove that he was a good guitar player.
Yeah. And, probably.
Because I think there's a couple of albums where, or songs where Eddie doesn't do the solos.
Yeah.
Or it's Sammy doing the solo. And it's like, it's okay if you're not as good as Eddie Van Halen. You don't have to be.
Yeah, I think, and there's that part that Sammy Hagar had a career before Van Halen.
Yeah.
So, and had hits and stuff. And so there's probably a little bit of, but he had kind of the almost fun songs too. So he was in the same vein as them. So he did like I Can't Drive 55.
Yeah.
So it fits in their style.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, that's funny.
That's them.
But it was it's a good album, despite its being panned by the critics.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay.
I like that. Yeah.
Good
deal.
Yeah. All right. Episode 13 was our standard shaky overalls.
Yeah.
So this is the one where you had me write a poem, or tricked me into writing a poem.
Yeah, we learned how to write poetry and the parts of it, huh?
Yeah. But I think it helped me to understand how to read poetry a little better.
Okay.
Because it's sometimes that's hard for me, is to, if I'm just reading straight through a poem, I don't always know what should be looking for in them. And so, having the opportunity to like break them down and go line by line, or understanding how a line break might feed into the next line was good. And
because it always is, if it's a good poem, it's good. Good is subjective. So if it's a good poem that has a lot of meaning packed into it, sometimes you have to kind of discover how the lines were broken, how the ideas were broken. Are the ideas standalone, or do they rest on each other? Are they are they linked? It's kind of it's neat.
But I do like the thought of like, if you want to write a poem, you should just start doing it, because that can sometimes be hard in my creative pursuits. It's like, I want to do these things, but getting started with it is hard.
Yeah.
So having somebody be like, okay, well, how about you have this list of ideas, and we're just going to draw off of that and just do it and go for it. And
so do you know what was interesting about that is you had started the poem, and it's just interesting to see what direction somebody takes the poem, right?
Yeah.
Because you had this idea that was really, in a sense, it was really not in a sense, it was a really good idea. And so I instantly had a poem and a direction and something that fit my style, and I could see this whole big poem in a certain direction. Yeah. But every time I came to a juncture, like every single one of them, you were heading in a different direction.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm on your, so I get on your path throughout the poem, and I go, okay, so, you could really go this way. No, I want to go this way. Okay. And so which is great. That's why people write. That's why there's more than one writer.
Yeah.
For out there. It's because the way I think it should go isn't necessarily the end all be all. It's a way that it could go, and you took it in a different direction, but still enjoyable. And it's kind of a fun experiment. And listening to it, you wouldn't know, but I could see that every juncture, it's like, oh, we're going a different direction. Oh, there's another turn. Okay. So it was really cool.
It's funny how Chloe and I've been rewatching Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay.
And it's funny how much she is tied into almost everything we talked about this section.
Really?
Because this one, I mean, and it's going to relate more to the last one, but I think in this one we talked about Cats. Yeah. And there's an episode where Titus gets on the cast of Cats, and he realizes that's like, it's always been made up on the spot. And and it's like, wasn't a bunch of poems by T.S. Eliot? And they're like, Eliot is an anagram for to lie.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah. Funny. So when you were listening to the final edit of it, did you get any of the click clack sounds that I edited?
I was trying to. I couldn't. I was, but I couldn't get the beats. Like I think you probably heard the beats better than I heard them. But
yeah. Listening through a few times, I was like, I know I did something there, but what?
Yeah.
Like, what's the rhythm?
But
The
it
only
was
one that I
fun
think turned out really good was the first one. I did the Super Mario theme.
I do like that. Yeah, I'm glad you could play around with the click sounds. That was really hilarious. But hey, they were in there, so that was fun too.
Yeah. I'll just say the couple of ones that I don't have my note that I did, but I did that.
Yeah.
I did the Imperial March.
Oh.
I think I have Bolero in there.
Oh wow.
I did the the violin melody from Toxic.
Okay.
um,
now everybody's gonna have to go back and try and pick it out.
Yeah.
At the end of that one, that's great.
And I think I did like another one, Bites the Dust, even though that's kind of like
yeah. That's awesome.
There's a couple more in there I don't remember, but
that's a lot.
Yeah, it took a long time, but the first one went so well. I was like, I'm gonna have to spend the time to do this.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. Well, I'm glad it helped you to understand how to read the poems because it is also a skill. Oh, cool. And then we jumped over to Wesley Willis and Outsider Art,
Yes.
Which I really appreciate. It was interesting. I was meeting with some folks at church, and their 3 or 4-year-old had done some coloring, and they brought it, and they were like, "Oh, looking at." I was showing it to me, and I was like, "I don't mean anything by this, but we were just talking about Outsider Art, and the thing that was characteristic is that they would fill the whole page with color."
Yeah.
And she has filled the whole page with color. So
nice.
It's interesting that Outsider artists color like 4-year-olds. Not really, but they have the same aesthetic. I got to fill everything in.
Yeah. Same impulses.
Same impulse. Yeah. So it's like mental illness equals reversion to a childhood state in some cases or something. There's a lot that could be said about tying those together, but it was just funny because I was just looking at it and that just played in my head that, oh, they like to fill the space.
Yeah.
And Wesley Willis he's a character, and you don't really realize, you wonder if this is genius or obsession or neuroses or an illness. And I think it's a little bit of all of it. And when he meets people, like, he seems a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
and then he meets people and does the headbutting, but it's not like hard, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a little bit of it. It's like again. And kind of like when the cats are rubbing, scenting stuff, and they just I just think of Seuss over here, who just won't stop rubbing on everything. And so there's a lot that kind of jumps out at you that speaks to some of the issues he might have had, but the neat thing is that he still produced so much, and that he was involved with all these different musicians and everything is really wild. It's really wild that all that came about at all, because he should have just been standing on a street corner for his whole career because he's just kind of there. But then he did all that art too, and he's it's really amazing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is really cool to see. Like, I think it's interesting to try and understand, or maybe it shows like who really gets art. Like, like who can see Wesley Willis and be like, oh yeah, I mean, that guy's interesting and different, but he's obviously got like a very creative spirit, and that is just easy to latch onto. And
and so there's gotta be a bit of brilliance there, or understanding of what he was doing, even though it looked like he didn't understand what was going on a lot of the time. There has to be, because all those artists latched on to him so much.
Yeah.
And I think that just they saw something there, and which speaks to how prolific he was, and how, yes, it was kind of the same song over and over again, but there's a lot of different lyrics, a lot of different topics, and he just didn't stop. And that's what speaks to what an artist is. So like I go over and look at Taylor's stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Bacon Cat stuff. And you show up and he's like, oh yeah, I had these new types of markers. I wanted to try them out. And then he hands me a blank book that's completely filled, like just a blank sketchbook.
Yeah.
The whole thing's filled. Because I was doing that last couple days. To do anything as good as what you just did in any kind of time it'd be a couple months.
Yeah.
Just to do this. And the same as like Veronica. She can just crank out stuff.
Yeah.
Here, just do this. Okay. And just, it's done.
That's crazy.
And that's impressive. I will say, now thinking about it, Taylor fills the spaces.
He does. Yeah.
I mean, he does graffiti type, but
right.
Even with the crowns, like it's the crowns and the pens, every page was filled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, I think, you don't get to do a show with the like flaming lips
right
off of just being a joke or something,
Right.
I also think of like someone like David Bowie, who was always consuming the new art.
Yeah.
Always on like his last album before he died was like majorly inspired by Death Grips.
Oh wow.
Which is a crazy thing, especially for someone like him to be like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Death Grips and this is going to be a big part of my final album.
He was truly a unique creature.
Yeah.
And also very generous with his art. He would bring other people along. I just saw something with the lead singer, Annie Lennox. There it is, from the Eurythmics.
Oh yeah.
So there was it might have been Fashion Week or some show, and she was going to do a number with him, with David Bowie. And she was just going to dress her normal way. And then they were walking around. There's some designer. He's like, oh, you should do that. And it's this nice dress, and it was really gorgeous. And she did this thing, and she did something weird with it, and did her hair or something weird. And he didn't know, but she walked out, and he just went, he just went with it.
Yeah.
And was just great. And she was like hanging on him and stuff, and he's just singing, and everything went incredibly smooth, and he was a good sport about everything, and just went with the new idea. And I think that's a great, it's just great.
Yeah, cool people.
Yeah. So when it's that kind of thing that's hard to pin down, it is. If it keeps knocking at you, then there's something there. So, yeah. Appreciate the outsider art.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. Cool. Episode 15, we have The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, which I think might be our longest episode title so far.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, probably.
So I just watched it today just to get it all fresh in my mind. It was really fun. I liked a lot of the like visual gags of it.
Yeah.
I noticed on his car, the rocket car, I couldn't see exactly, but it says like rocket. I think it either says 88 or I think it's BB, but it says rocket 88.
Rocket 88. Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't remember the timeline, but like, it's tying it into Back to the Future.
Oh,
it's kind of funny how both those, sci-fi cars kind of focus around 88.
So there's a band called Rocket 88 too.
Oh, really?
And it's just kind of fun because they actually predate. They would predate the movie, but it's just kind of funny because it is probably BB. But it does always look like Rocket 88.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's kind of a nod.
Yeah. I mean, even his little emblem looks like an 88. I know it's supposed to be a BB, but
Yeah, that's fun.
I like when they're doing the first show at the beginning of it, the like promoter or venue owner is there, and he's like, I want real music here. And when
Yeah.
the guy's like, music, you got it, and he throws some sprinkles and
Yeah.
some glitter or something.
I like after he goes through the mountain, he's rolling to a stop. The car diesels. It goes like it. You're a rocket car, and yet you're kind of sound like a crummy truck.
Yeah.
That was funny. So did I convince you that's one of the greatest films of all time?
It was really fun. I mean, I I get why it's really rewatchable. I could see myself watching it over and over again because it seemed pretty dense.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things going on and a lot of like little lines here and there. um, it
Yeah.
was really fun. I really liked the music of it. I think a lot of it reminds me a lot of like classic arcade or like
Yeah.
video game console music.
Yeah.
Really cool like that.
Very, very digital.
Yeah.
Very, very synthesizer forward. Yeah, that's funny because it's it is that and it is dense. It just keeps going, right?
Yeah.
So,
But I think even with that, like as dense as it is, it's easy to follow and easy to kind of get wrapped up in. And
yeah,
I think
fun.
for as many questions or as many things that you're just kind of like, I don't know what's going on, but it's you can hold on to it pretty well, and
That's
so
fun.
it's fun. Jeff Goldblum's always the same, which is funny. It's always fun to see him just be himself, and
Yeah, it doesn't. He's like, can't. He's not even that different, right?
yeah,
So that's funny. Yeah, it's really hilarious. There's this. I was looking up the jet car, and there's a toy that was made back in '84 for the film.
oh
It's
really?
called, yeah, it's the Buckaroo Banzai rocket jet car illusion. It's this little, looks like a little compass, and it says that it makes the rocket look like it goes to the mountain without getting harmed. And
Okay,
it's just funky, and it's like somebody had it for sale.
yeah,
It's like cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have anything else to say, I have something that I think
Sure.
will help prove your point from one of your points
Okay.
from the last episode, or
Yeah.
from this episode.
Okay.
How Buckaroo Banzai ties into everything.
Yes.
Because the next episode is Bo Burnham,
Yeah.
and inside, and so I just want to go through this flow. Because Bo Burnham did a show called Zack Stone is going to be famous,
Okay.
and it was like one season, and he's kind of playing this like 18-year-old kid who is like convinced that he's going to go viral and become this huge star, and is trying all these different ways to do it, even though he's like completely incompetent.
Yeah.
But in that show, his dad is played by Tom Wilson,
Yeah. Okay.
who plays Biff in
Yeah.
Back to the Future, which is then has Christopher Lloyd who ties into Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah. With a rocket car, kind of. That's funny. That's funny.
So
Yeah,
it does. It
there's
connects to everything.
some relation there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Bo Burnham, I watched it,
Yeah.
and it's a lot, and
It's a lot.
I still don't know what was real and what wasn't, but I do know that it really, really, really captured what was going on. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I said it then, and just to repeat is I didn't experience things in that way. I didn't have a big issue with the lockdown, but a lot of people did. A lot of people around me did. And so I understand completely how that could be how that could be inspired in that way.
Yeah.
I do think it spoke to it very, very well. So I was very impressed with it. I think it was a fantastic and wonderful piece. It has a lot of strangeness.
Yeah.
And it was yeah, it was really quite an important thing to do. It just seems like did he fall? Has he been doing anything recently? It doesn't.
I haven't seen a whole lot. What's the guy's name? There's a comedian named Jared Carmichael, I think is the
Yeah.
guy's name. And Bo Burnham directed one of his stand-up specials or produced it,
Okay.
something from a couple years ago. And more recently, there's a Jared Carmichael show.
Okay.
Like I don't know the exact storyline of it, but just like a show that he's the main head on.
Yeah.
But there's this scene where he gets this guy who comes in who is like has a mask over his face and is just like this anonymous figure kind of critiquing the culture and critiquing like the show, like this is so performative and so awful. And but it's like obviously it's Bo Burnham because he's huge and
yeah.
so he's done a few things like that. He hasn't really been in the public too much since then.
Yeah. I do think it speaks to his popularity that this one had a lot of hits on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And so that was interesting. I don't know if because it was only the name of him and his show, if people were like, wait, this isn't that show.
Yeah.
or if they were actually listening to the discussion of it, because I just think that was, like I said, it speaks to how pervasive he is on YouTube.
Yeah.
That it just or we just some like alternate universe where everybody suddenly liked what we were doing.
Well, yeah, I think there has been not to talk about numbers too much, but something happened. I checked our numbers like Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was at like 210 or something, and then I checked it again the next day and it was like almost 230. So like overnight,
yeah,
like 20 views out of somewhere. And it wasn't even for a new episode or anything, it just happened. And
yeah, that's cool.
So every once in a while there's like little moments where I think our show like pops into a lot of people's views, and
yeah,
so it's fun to see. And
that's how you go viral, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I really like Bo Burnham. I actually been trying to find some sort of piece that's like the James Turrell that you mentioned.
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to make something that's like that kind of art, like light art like that. I think it'd be really cool. Yeah, I really love this special. I find myself listening to the songs a lot because he just has the songs on streaming services.
Oh, okay.
You can go and listen to, and I I usually don't get too deep into it because it start getting really emotional and
right
and heavy, but especially the first half is always fun to listen to because it's that's hilarious fun. And also just done really well. It's good music. And
yeah, that's really cool.
Do you have a favorite song from it?
I can't remember the names of them. I really liked I can't remember. I liked the whole thing. The one I liked where he's spinning the ball with
like the intro song.
Yeah. And I think I was so involved in it that I didn't pick out specific songs because I was just kind of engaged with it and following him.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a weird, like, I don't know the specific songs. I just the overall impression of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was something more important than I thought it was going to be. So it's a significant piece and deserves to be watched by many people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's really, really fun. It's crazy that still seems relevant in ways.
Yeah. I also like the one where he stops it and he's analyzing his performance, and then he stops and analyzes him analyzing the performance and keeps going.
Yeah.
that was like, how far is this gonna go?
Yeah.
But it's still fascinating to see it just kind of
that's the kind of stuff, like little things like that where it's like, yeah, this guy is incredibly smart and
Yeah.
and talented. Like that's not something you just do on a whim like that. Like
Right.
that took a lot of work.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem like it did.
So what kind of light sculpture are you trying to do? Or
So there's the ones that he's done for like Kendall Jenner. I don't know if you've seen those, where they're like, it's like a big oval built into the wall that has like a couple different layers of colors, and they just kind of change randomly.
Okay.
And I want to do something like that. Those ones, I guess, costed like $750,000 or something to do.
Why not? Yeah.
They're really cool. I mean, but something like that where it's like a light on a wall with a couple layers of color in it that just kind of blend and change.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, there is also a James Turrell piece in Seattle.
Oh, cool.
That we're gonna have to check out.
Yeah, do it. Dare you?
Yeah.
You won't. I bet you won't. No.
Cool. So next episode was the original Hitchhiker radio scripts.
Yes.
And this was really cool. I wasn't sure what to add to this because I mean I listened to a little bit of it and it's crazy how consistent it is. Like from radio to book to movie.
Right.
It just seems like it seems like something that never happens with any other kind of intellectual property.
Right.
You know? There's always some sort of changes, and this one it seemed very consistent, besides maybe a couple of little jokes he's added in since then.
Right. And I think that speaks to the uniqueness of Douglas Adams' voice.
Yeah.
And the love for it. And so there's radio scripts, books, BBC miniseries.
Yeah.
And the movie. And they all are fairly in line.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more things that have been done, but yeah, it seems like stuff.
It's almost been in like every medium of art.
Yeah.
There used to be like a musical or something.
That's kind of fun because Zaphod would be a great stage character.
Yeah.
Because he's just so much.
It was interesting. I was watching a video from this person who does like book reviews, and we'll kind of like summarize a couple books at a time. And they one of the books they read was The Shards, which was I think in 2023, but it's by Bret Easton Ellis, who did American Psycho and all that.
Yeah.
But apparently The Shards was originally how it came about was from like podcast episodes that Bret Easton Ellis did. He would there's like 20 of them or so where he just told this story bit by bit and then compiled it all into this book. Yeah. Oh, wow. So kind of a similar radio bit by bit and then into a book. And yeah, that's really cool. It's neat when things like that can happen. Yeah. That you can translate it into the book or. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, seems like a fun, well, not a fun book. It seems like a interesting story. I guess there's a lot of chapters where he's talking about like streets of LA and music. Oh, which seems like his style, but then is also like shockingly violent and. That's funny. Yeah, that sounds about right. Speaking of, it's funny because having. It's a little bit like having Zaphod here because Fletcher's here. Because he knows everybody or worked with everybody because he did sound at Club Congress for 10 years. And he toured with a couple people. And so, that was my sound guy for this. Oh, I worked with him. We were just digging through his dad's apartment, and his dad did magic and stuff, but he found a little scrap of paper that had Teller's address on it from Penn and Teller. Oh. Okay. I'm like, it's like, do you want Teller's address? Sure. That's Teller's address in Las Vegas. Wow. So yeah, we could go swing by if we wanted to. Yeah.
But it was just interesting. I don't know what that has in the context of this, other than that's just interesting. The weird connections and weird things of doing things, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
cool.
the streets of LA remind me of, or the music scene reminded me of that, because it's definitely a theme as you're talking to them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then the one other thing is like I think kind of similar to Buckaroo Banzai and maybe in some of the other things that you've shared too is like the very like matter of fact style
oh
or
yeah,
voice where things are, where it's just like, especially in Hitchhikers, he's just saying these things and it's like obviously
yeah,
the Babelfish is this and
right. Yeah, yeah, you're in a world before you even know anything about it.
yeah.
So yeah, his expression of facts is hilarious. Uh, I still like all. I started going through, like I said, and highlighting the little metaphors and similar, that he'd do that were just perfect, but so quirky.
Yeah.
So that's funny. Matter of fact. Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess technically you did all music, but not really.
Yeah. In in ways. It's
Yeah.
mostly music.
So I have to tell you, when there's a lot of new artists out there, and I do like music, and I like to try and keep up with stuff. I like to try and I always wanted to be able to still have some relation to modern music.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a personal goal when I was a kid, because older people are like, well, I only listen to this. Or I'd have friends even nowadays like, well, listen to any of these new bands? And like, no, I just listen to the 80s. That's all I listen to. I,
Yeah.
I just listen to Depeche Mode and The Cure, and that's it. And so I always wanted to listen to new music, and I try, and some of it, and then it becomes overwhelming, right?
Yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of it. So some of the other bands you've introduced, I've listened to, I've given them their time, but I also knew that it wasn't. I appreciate listening to it once or twice, but I also knew that it wasn't something that I could keep adding into the rotation.
Yeah.
It just didn't hit me the same way. Very unexpectedly, just because I haven't picked up a new artist in a while that I could listen to,
Uh-huh.
is Phoebe Bridgers and the Punisher album.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's most engaging about it is that for some reason, I don't think I've even done this with any of the other bands so much. I brought up all the lyrics,
Mhm.
and she's just a good poet. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
would be, if that's all she did, if that was all she did was poetry, it would still be one of my favorite poets.
Yeah.
Just good writing. And I haven't seen a lot of bands. I think they have a lot of bands that are good writing for their music,
Right.
but not necessarily standalone good writing. And her stuff in particular is standalone good writing. And so that's engaging. And then the music, I think I came back as I've analyzed it. You were talking about Shin's lyrics, and I agree.
Yeah.
But then I started diving into. I played something that was like the Phoebe Bridger radio
Oh,
on
okay.
Spotify, and so that started pulling in. Who did it pull in? It pulled in Elliott Smith, of course,
Yeah.
and then it pulled in the Shins and Death Cab for Cutie. I
Yeah.
really think that there's a thing in Death Cab where it's a slow song, but it's a driving song.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so it seems slow, it's a slow beat, but it's also energetic. And
Right.
it's a weird thing. And she does that. She has that ability. And so I like that. There's Maisie Starr, I think she got her voice from Maisie Starr. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know that one. And
Yeah.
then
I know they're like one big song.
yeah,
Pretty much so.
yeah, exactly. And then there's however you say his name, Sufjan Stevens, and
Love Sufjan.
Bon Iver or how's the
I think
real?
it's Bon Iver.
Yeah, Bon Iver.
I still say Bon Iver, but
yeah, Bon Iver, and then so all those, the National, I guess she did something with them,
yeah,
and then she did something with the Killers, which
right.
I had actually already heard. I just didn't know it was her.
Yeah, that was on the Pressure Machine one.
Yeah,
album?
it was. Yeah, I think so. It's the album where they did a lot of recording locals.
Yeah, right.
Which is that album just tears you apart.
It's really good. I really like where the Killers are at in their career, because I think Brendan is just kind of like, I've been famous, I had the success, and I still want to make music, so I'm just going to make what I want.
Yeah, I agree. And also I like the fact that they ditched the auto-tune.
Oh, yeah.
On purpose. Like well, we're just going to sing. So that was good. And then, and I've got to hear more of the Better Oblivion Community Center.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, all those in that style, just I like all those, but I really do think that she's very much inspired by Elliott Smith, very much in the same vein as Death Cab and the Shins, and has that same ability, which is that hard thing of, oh, this is a slow song that also has energy.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that sing slow songs that are just slow songs.
Yeah.
And I like the interest that creates in her music. And I can't even tell you what's the favorite. Of course, I like Chinese Satellites because it was a nod to Billy Bragg all the way.
Yeah.
But the
so I remember I said that one sounded like Tangled and Tarzan. Did you get that at all, or am I just crazy?
Oh, I didn't, because there's some things that ways that you hear music that I don't, because you like, oh, well, this is exactly that. I'm like, I don't hear it. Well, it's because this beat and this thing and this timing and this and so it wouldn't have hit me that way because I don't know Tangled that well, but I get it. Oh, and she did stuff with Manchester Orchestra too, so that's kind of fun. But anyway,
I'm going to get into it at some point because I'm going to talk about a Manchester Orchestra album.
Okay.
Manchester Orchestra and her write the same songs.
Okay.
It's crazy. Like so they have different subject matters and a little bit different aesthetics. Manchester Orchestra obviously a lot heavier, but like their harmonic choices and melody choices are almost identical.
Interesting.
And
that's interesting.
Every time I hear a Phoebe song, it's like, oh, if Manchester Orchestra ripped this off, you would never know.
Right.
And the other way around too.
So you were with me in Columbia, right? When we saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That I was just making sure that I never know who I end up at a show with, but because that was really, I don't think after seeing that performance that you couldn't ever not like them.
Yeah. They're great.
Do you remember me all scaring my coworker? Yeah. Were you thinking, what's he doing?
Yeah.
He's going to get in a fight and we're going to get bloody.
I don't know if it was that one, because that was the 5 Points St. Patrick's Festival.
St. Patrick, yep.
I don't know if it was that one or another one that I went to with Elaine, but she got handed a coupon for a strip club while we were waiting for the show.
Yeah. Was she at that show too? Like at the St. Patrick? I think we ran into her, right? Or
we went with her. We're all together.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think one of our other band members was
there too. Yeah, we were all there, huh?
Yeah. Because that was the second time I had seen them.
Okay.
The other time was also with Elaine, and we went down to Charleston.
Oh, okay.
And I was also deathly sick at that point. Which I told him, and was like, hey, I'm really sick. I don't know if I should go. And she's just like, no, it's fine. But I was so sick, and we were like 10 feet from the stage getting blasted with music, and I was like falling asleep because I was just that far gone.
She liked having you around.
Yeah.
You're the only one that understood her. So that's funny.
Anyways, yeah, Phoebe's great.
Maybe that's who's giving us our Spanish hit, because isn't she over in Europe?
In Germany.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sometimes I log in to the computer here to my VPN, and it says, "Did you just sign in to Las Vegas?"
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
But sure, why not? I don't care.
It's fine.
So
yeah.
So maybe it's just a VPN thing, or
yeah, maybe.
Anyway, that album, the writing's great, the music's great. I know the end is it's weird because the first half of the song's fine. The second half I just can't get over.
Yeah.
I just can't stop listening to. And
Me either.
And I can still, like, the whole song's great. But the change and the second half of the song is just gets me. And I watched the video of it too, which was wild. And it seems that gets me too. And I was the first listen through, I was thinking, oh, what's he getting so emotional about? And then I kept listening, and so I do feel that it's emotion generating. So
yeah, it's great.
There you go.
Yeah, it's also fun because it's a kind of like a bonus Boy Genius song.
Yeah,
because I think when the harmonies come in later in the song, I think that's Julian Baker and Lucy Dacus.
Yeah, it's great to be able to add that to the mix now.
Yeah, cool. All right, so the last one is the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is your revenge for me making you emotional, because this one got me really feeling emotional. Yeah, it was just great. There's another funny tie-in to Bo Burnham with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had a song called Repeat Stuff, where the idea is just like, it's supposed to be like a modern pop song where it's like, we don't want something complicated. Just say something that you can repeat quickly and we can get the gist of.
Yeah.
But he starts the song by saying, like, you know, love songs used to be so beautiful. Like, let us go, you and I. And does that whole first line.
Oh.
he's like T.S. Eliot, beautiful. He's like, nowadays, just as beautiful, but a little different.
Oh, wow. It is pervasive, is it not?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was also reading some things, trying to find like other perspectives, and there was a lot of, I saw some posts of people being like, hey, is it just me, or when you're reading this, do you start crying right away? It's like, I don't understand a word that he's saying, but I'm crying. Is that normal?
Right.
And everyone's like, yeah, like that's kind of the point of poetry. I don't know if it was him or another poet around his time, but they're saying that poetry is often felt before it's understood.
Yes. Well, so Ezra Pound, who just kind of pushed T.S. Eliot into the spotlight, and I think I mentioned it last week, did say, I don't understand what he's saying, but I know it's genius.
Yeah.
And that's Ezra Pound, who's a very, very famous and very accomplished poet and author. So
yeah, but I really love that because I think that's where I am too. I definitely feel it and know the like emotional weight of it.
Yeah,
even though I'm not fully getting every single line of it.
Right. That's cool.
I think it's also a good show of, like, we've mentioned a few times, like, that efficiency of language.
Yes.
Because how dense this is feels like it should be like a 500 or 600 page book.
Yeah.
And it's a long poem, but it feels longer than it is.
Yeah. It could easily go on and on. You could probably shoot a whole movie just from the cues in the poem.
Yeah.
About this guy. Yeah, and the density of it is really what's interesting about that is that even under examination, it doesn't lose its power, which speaks. So the more you know and more you kind of discover in the language or in the background or somebody kind of expressing, oh, I think this is what this ties to, it's still, it doesn't detract. It makes it grow even more meaningful, which is so many things under closer examination. You're like, oh, well, that wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's also like been my experience with Phoebe Bridgers. Like the more I learn about her lyrics, they're just like wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Gonna have to read it a few more times still. And
good. Yeah, I've always liked the poem, but just recently, and this is kind of what clinched it for presenting it, is that I was reading it and then I was listening to somebody else read it, and I was really just when I was reading it, I was getting really emotional towards the end of it, and then even when I was explaining it in the episode, could feel the power of it, so to speak. It just kept hitting me. Every single turn just kept hitting, and I felt like I discovered things along the way even, and that's special.
Yeah,
because there were some things that I explained in that weren't really fully fleshed out when I started. Just because I was finally got one line in depth, and that led to another line in depth, and that led to another line.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, if this is this, then this is this. Okay.
You can see how it took 5 years to write.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So do you think that the theory that my approach was valid for what the subject matter and who was speaking and all those things?
Yeah, I think so. I think like without your analysis of it, if I was going to read it by myself at first, I think that's the same idea I would have come away with. Like, oh, this is a guy talking to himself, and the we and us is him still just talking to himself.
Yeah, it feels a lot more as you read it, maybe ahead of its time. It feels almost it feels almost like Bo Burnham, right? In the fact that it's really a self-analysis, self-deprecation, hopelessness, but all those emotions. And so I just think maybe even in the past it wasn't understood because they hadn't yet understood that men can have emotions. The poets knew, but everybody else didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And
see,
so
I think it's still an issue.
Well, yeah.
Like, I don't know if when I told you, so in my public speaking class, my like final essay or final speech had to be like this 10-minute speech. And I wrote it about like the hard times I was having there. About like, but the subject was like, you should get your heart broken and that there's good that can come from that. And at the end of it, I think there was only one other guy in my class of like 20. Just how it worked out. Yeah. But a lot of the notes from the girls was like, I didn't know guys had feelings like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It is weird. And especially I think that you grew up in this house where I don't think we were afraid of having real emotions.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that even those that are well adapted now had a hard journey. And I'm hoping that our journey for you guys wasn't as hard to understand that you can express yourself and that you don't, just because you have an emotion doesn't mean you're messed up. And that's the thing that really bothers me, is that somebody suddenly thinks that they've got mental illness because they had an emotion that's not a dude emotion. I'm like, no, It means you're human and you're not mentally ill and you're fine. And even if you are, we're still going to talk to you. Like, it ruins some people's lives that they have a hard time. And we're like, no, everybody has a hard time. And this really speaks to that feeling and the anxiety and that living up to what your expectations are. And, you know, maybe if he had better friends, he wouldn't have had this problem.
Maybe.
So I've seen too many people like Proof Rock where they get in their own head, and it hasn't been noticed as much until more recent times.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's why it's easier to read it that way, because it's more prevalent now that we understand that people are feeling that way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Awesome. Well, that's our batch of episodes for the last couple ones.
I also, just one more recommendation. I watched The Phoenician Scheme.
Oh, yeah, the
Wes Anderson. Man, I really liked it. I bet it's really hard for some people to get into, but I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
It's really intense.
Nice.
I need to go back and watch it again because there's a lot to it, and it was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
So
I've seen a lot of like best of, or like ranking Wes Anderson films.
Yeah.
And recently a lot of them have been putting the Asteroid City at number 1.
Really?
I don't know if
that's great.
That one just came out too. And
yeah, not too. We went and saw that at the Loft. Yeah. Yeah, it's a couple of years old. But that was great. That was a great movie. To be an alien movie like that and just kind of just happens.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You're like, wow, that was great.
Nice.
So
that's cool. Seems like he's been on a roll recently.
Yeah. I think there's a kind of animated stop motion one coming too.
Oh, nice.
It says teases next project with Richard Ayoade and Roman Coppola.
Nice.
So he's my favorite. He might come up later.
Well, I think it's appropriate that you mention him, because I think I'm gonna have to channel some of his energy into next week's discussion.
Okay.
Good. Giving too much analysis to something that doesn't deserve it.
Yes. Awesome. Good. Have you gotten to read that book yet?
I haven't.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. It's so great. Well, just for a closing, I'll go. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. We appreciate you letting us catch up, and hopefully it was enjoyable and will inspire you to go listen to anything you haven't listened to yet.
Definitely. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. It's been really cool seeing things grow, and next week will be one of the longest running podcasts of all time. And
yeah, I know. I can't wait. That's going to be hilarious.
And then just keep going. It's going great.
Yeah, and the honor will be yours to take us across that line. I think it's only fair. I got episode 19, so I'm happy about that. And
cool.
You get to take us to 21, so that's going to be great.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts and enjoying the things that I've shared. And I'm glad you liked them this time a little more this time.
Oh, yeah, I did. Hey, it was great last time too. I just the couple of them were harder for me to get into. That's all.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
But awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and have a great rest of your week.
Thanks. You too.
Right. See ya.
See ya. Bye.